If you're over 60, every move you make and every step you take, or skip, can directly affect your heart. But what if I told you that some popular workouts, the very ones you trust to keep you healthy, might actually be quietly harming your heart day after day? I'm not here to alarm you. I'm here to help protect you. As a heart specialist, I've seen far too many older adults come into my clinic feeling perfectly normal, only to uncover high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or early signs of heart strain they never anticipated. And surprisingly, in many of these cases, it wasn't a bad diet or lack of exercise. It was the wrong kind of exercise. Movements that are too aggressive, too abrupt, or just too demanding for an aging heart can cause real problems. Most people over 60 don't even realize they're making this mistake. In today's video, I'm pleading, you to stop doing 5 specific types of exercise that could actually be weakening your heart instead of strengthening it. But don't worry, I'll also share safer, smarter alternatives that truly support heart health. Keep watching, because your heart deserves care, not stress. And habit number 1 might be something you're doing today without even thinking about it. Before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health tip made especially for you. 1. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, and overexertion. A hidden risk: after age 60, your heart isn't the same as it was in your 30s. It's more sensitive, more easily stressed, and needs to be treated with greater care. That's why high-intensity interval training, those short bursts of vigorous activity followed by short rests, can be one of the riskiest types of workouts for older adults. As a heart doctor, I've watched many seniors dive into these trendy routines, thinking they're doing something great for their longevity. After all, sweating must mean progress, right? Unfortunately, the truth is more complicated. These workouts force your heart to pump at full capacity in a short time, placing tremendous strain on cardiovascular systems that may already be dealing with issues like high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or stiffened arteries. And while the danger isn't always immediate, the effects add up quietly. You might just feel a little dizzy, more tired than usual. But internally, your heart could be signaling a warning that often goes unnoticed, until it's too late. What makes it even more painful is that older adults take on these workouts out of good intentions, to stay strong, live independently, and keep up with younger friends or family. But going too hard can lead to ER visits or even more serious consequences. Exercise should protect your heart, not punish it. Gentle walking, tai chi, and light swimming. These are the quiet champions of heart health for seniors. They help without stressing your system. They support rather than shock. In your 60s, 70s, and beyond, true strength comes from safety and consistency, not extremes. Now, there's another mistake I often see, one that involves posture, pressure, and poor technique, and it's hiding in plain sight during home workouts and gym sessions. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, comment number 1 below to let me know. Next, we move on to mistake number 2. Core crunches and heavy lifting when strength training backfires. There's a widely accepted belief that maintaining muscle strength as we age helps protect our independence. And in many ways, that's true. Strong muscles support mobility, balance, and everyday functionality. But from a cardiologist's perspective, there's a side to this story that's often overlooked and potentially dangerous. Many seniors regularly perform exercises like sit-ups, crunches, or heavy lifting without realizing the internal strain these movements can create. What they don't see, but what their heart absolutely feels, is the sharp rise in pressure within the abdominal and chest cavities during these exercises. This isn't just pressure in the belly or lungs. It's a force that radiates throughout the entire body. It leads to a sudden spike in blood pressure and places an immediate burden on the heart. And for aging hearts, especially those already coping with arterial stiffness or hidden plaque, This moment of stress can tip the scale toward danger. Over the years, I've treated seniors who fainted mid-exercise, felt chest tightness after lifting, or developed irregular heart rhythms shortly following what they believed was a safe gym session. They weren't careless. They were committed to their health. But the body in its 60s or 70s doesn't respond the same way it did at 30. The cardiovascular system is less adaptable to sudden pressure changes. The heart itself may be more sensitive than it appears. Just one poorly performed core move or heavy lift can trigger serious, unexpected outcomes. That doesn't mean strength training is off limits. On the contrary, it's still vital, but it needs to be adapted. Use resistance bands instead of heavy weights. Prioritize slow, controlled movements over rapid or forceful ones. Better yet, consult a trainer who understands the needs and limits of a heart that's aging. You can still build strength. You just have to stop shocking your system. But not every danger comes from what you do. Some stem from your environment. Even subtle factors, like changes in weather, can impact your heart more than you realize. Let's move on to the third hidden heart hazard. 3. Exercising in extreme temperatures. When weather becomes your heart's hidden enemy. Exercise is widely praised as a pillar of good health, and rightly so. But for those over 60, how and where you exercise can be just as critical as the exercise itself. Too often, I've seen well-intentioned seniors head out for a walk on a chilly winter morning, or venture into the heat of a summer afternoon without realizing that the environment around them is silently working against their heart. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating internal temperature. In cold weather, blood vessels constrict to preserve heat, which causes blood pressure to rise, adding extra strain on a heart that may already be facing stiff arteries or hidden plaque. On the flip side, extreme heat causes blood vessels to expand, making the heart pump faster to keep the body cool. Add dehydration into the mix, and suddenly the heart is under intense pressure, not from exercise itself, but from simply trying to keep you alive. I've had patients collapse during summer strolls, or experience shortness of breath within minutes of walking in frigid air. These aren't rare cases, they're red flags. Many seniors underestimate how dramatically temperature can affect heart function. Your heart doesn't need to run a marathon to become overwhelmed. Exposure to extreme temperatures at the wrong time can be enough. That's why, for older adults, exercise must be a healing habit, not a hazardous one. The solution? Prioritize comfort over challenge. Whenever possible, exercise in temperature-controlled indoor spaces. Hydrate well, before, during, and after physical activity. Wear layered clothing in cold weather and breathable gear when it's warm. Most importantly, listen to your body when it whispers discomfort, before it begins to scream distress. But environmental factors aren't the only hidden risks. There's another form of movement that's especially dangerous for aging hearts, one that's common in popular workout routines and often overlooked. What comes next may surprise you. Let's move on to point number 4. 4. Jumping. Rapid movements and sudden direction changes. The hidden chaos in an aging body. There's something invigorating about fast-paced exercises, like we're defying age with every jump or twist. Movements like jumping jacks, stair sprints, burpees, or even fast aerobics classes may look harmless, energizing even. But once you're over 60, those very exercises can silently disrupt your body's delicate balance. I've seen it firsthand. Seniors full of motivation, trying to keep pace with high-energy group classes or online routines. Soon after, they find themselves in my clinic, puzzled by dizziness, rapid heartbeats, or unexplained falls. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a natural shift in biology. With age, the body's ability to respond quickly and smoothly declines. Reaction time slows. Balance becomes more fragile. Arteries stiffen. So when a senior jumps, twists, or turns rapidly, the cardiovascular system is thrown into a chaotic response. Blood pressure fluctuates. The heart may beat irregularly. Oxygen delivery can't keep up. To the outside eye, it's just a fast movement. But to an aging body, it's a sudden coordination challenge, one that can trigger dangerous heart symptoms or even lead to serious falls. What's heartbreaking is that these seniors are doing it for the right reasons. They want to stay youthful, strong, and independent. But real strength at this stage of life isn't about intensity. It's about protecting what matters most: your heart, your balance, your peace. Gentle exercises, Tai Chi, water aerobics, or slow stretching may not look impressive, but they offer lasting benefits. They strengthen without straining. They calm the body while improving circulation and stability. They keep the heart safe. Yet even with careful movement choices, another silent danger remains. Not in how you exercise, but when. Let's explore the final point. 5. Exercising too late at night when good intentions disrupt the heart's healing. On the surface, working out in the evening seems like a good idea. The day is over, the house is quiet, and there's finally time to focus on your health. But for adults in their 60s and beyond, evening exercise may unknowingly sabotage one of the body's most powerful healing tools: deep, restorative sleep. Time and again, I've met seniors who take an after-dinner walk, squeeze in light cardio before bed, or commit to a late-night routine out of discipline. Their efforts are admirable, but misaligned with their body's natural rhythm. Even mild exercise too close to bedtime can overstimulate the nervous system, elevate heart rate, and make it harder to fall into deep sleep. As we age, sleep becomes lighter and more sensitive to disturbance. Our internal body clocks, known as circadian rhythms, don't tolerate late-night stimulation like they once did. Even worse, a disrupted sleep cycle doesn't just leave you feeling tired. It raises blood pressure, increases inflammation, impairs blood sugar control, and places added stress on the heart. If you're exercising late at night and then struggling with rest, you may be unintentionally robbing your heart of the recovery time it desperately needs. The solution isn't to stop exercising. It's to align it with your body's natural flow. Morning or early afternoon workouts help regulate energy levels, promote deeper sleep, and support cardiovascular function throughout the day. Let the evening be a time for winding down, not revving up, because while movement keeps your heart strong, sleep is when your heart truly heals. Still, there's one final habit, seemingly minor, that can be just as harmful if ignored. A simple daily practice that many seniors skip until it becomes a silent threat to heart health. 6. A message from my heart to yours, the quiet power of listening to your body. If you've stayed with me this far, thank you. It tells me something important, not just that you want to live longer, but that you want to live better. And for this final message, I want to speak to you not as a doctor or expert, but simply as someone who has seen too much preventable pain. Over the years, I've sat with seniors, strong, intelligent, vibrant people who had their lives turned upside down by a single decision, a single overlooked habit, or a single workout gone wrong. And so often, they said the same thing: I didn't think it was a big deal. That phrase stays with me, because after 60, almost everything is a big deal. The way you move, what you eat, how you sleep, how you handle stress, it all matters more now than ever. Your heart, after decades of faithfully supporting you, is no longer just working hard. It's asking for your help. Not because it's weak, but because it deserves your attention. You don't need to exercise like you did in your 30s. You don't need to chase some polished idea of active aging if it comes at the cost of your well-being. What you truly need is something simpler, wiser: consistency, self-compassion, and a deeper awareness of what your body is trying to tell you. There's no prize for overdoing it, no medal for pushing past warning signs. Real health at this stage comes from the quiet victories, waking up with a steady heartbeat, going through the day with mental clarity, moving with intention rather than intensity. So let go of the idea that harder is better. Choose smarter instead. Walk with presence. Rest with purpose. Let your actions reflect your age, not as a limitation, but as a guide. That's not giving up. That's growing stronger with grace. Even with better choices, there's one final danger that often goes unnoticed: the cost of doing nothing. Skipping movement altogether, ignoring the signs, letting inactivity quietly chip away at the vitality you've worked so hard to preserve. Your heart doesn't ask for much, but it gives you everything. It keeps beating through joy, grief, effort, and rest. But as you grow older, it needs something in return: your attention. Not out of fear, but out of respect. These 5 types of exercise I've asked you to avoid. They're not inherently bad. They're simply not suited for an aging heart. What once boosted your strength might now invite unnecessary strain. And that's not failure. That's awareness. Aging isn't a decline. It's a shift toward wisdom. From here on out, your goal isn't to move harder. It's to move wiser. Breathe deeper. Choose what heals instead of what hurts. True health isn't about sweat or speed. It's about balance, consistency, and care. Let today be the day you stop punishing your heart and start protecting it. And if no one said it to you lately, you're not too old, it's not too late. Every mindful choice you make adds energy to your days and life to your years. I hope these insights have helped you reflect on what truly supports your health. I'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you've learned and how you plan to apply it in your own life. Let's encourage each other on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please comment with a 1 below. If not, feel free to comment with a 0. Your feedback helps us grow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos designed to help you live better, not just longer. Thank you for watching.